Let's look today at continuous integration. I'm going to use a tool called circleci to help us. So this tool integrates with GitHub and watches your GitHub files, and when you push to your repo, it'll automatically execute commands, for example, to test your files in a Docker container. So the way it works is that we're going to interact with Circle, and Circle is going to automatically pull our code and run it in a Docker container in AWS. That's pretty good. So it's the first step in us deploying, for example, to a cluster of machines. So let's take a look at circleci. First thing you need to do is to sign up and get an account. I've already done that. So here I am here, and I can do things like add projects. So if I add a project, it automatically now knows about my GitHub projects. So this on the left here is a list of my GitHub projects, and we can choose to set up a project in circleci, and here I've chosen already circleci express, and it's giving me the option of unfollowing, but I just clicked on set up project and started following it. So now circleci is watching for pushes to circleci express. So let's do a push to circleci express. So let me clear this. So now we need to do a git add dot and a git commit, and I've been calling these, and I think that should be fine. And I'll now do a git push. Now when I push, Circle is going to get informed about this. So let's go back to Circle, and let me actually go to this project, and we'll see, okay, it was running and there was success on, I pushed to, and I labeled that change image 8. We can go and take a look at exactly what's in that. So here we are, and if we look at the configuration here, we'll see a file here, but here's what happened. I set up an environment, checked out the code from GitHub. I happened to run an npm install, so I could install Express, and I did an npm start. So npm start would just run my code, my server, and I actually did an npm test as well. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's take a look at the file that controls all of this. So here we've got a .circle folder, and in it is a config.yaml file, YML file. So what this does, this gives instructions to Circle at how to build and test our code. So here we're getting a node image. So this is a Docker image that circleci has put up. And then we check out that image and run npm install. So that's going to install Express and Mocha and Chai and all the things that we need. And now we're going to run the server in the background. That and sign means run it in the background. And then we're going to do npm test. Let's quickly look at running a test. So npm test will be defined here in the package.json, and it's going to run Mocha and test.js. So test.js, what we have here is a file that makes use of assert and also HTTP mocks. So this allows you to write mock HTTP calls. And we're going to pull in a file example router here just to show that we can pull in other files. So in this case here, this says send back goodbye earthling. So our test here is going to make a call to the server, and it's going to create a request, and it's going to hit the /example route. So if we look in server, we see that we've got a route here that's going to call example router, and that's in here. And so it's a little that's a little complicated, but it's just to show you how to do it. So it's going to basically go to that root example, and that's defined here, that responds goodbye earthling. So our test is that it should respond goodbye earthling. So we're going to get an actual response by sending this HTTP request, and here's our expected response, and we assert that they should be the same. So we pass the test if they're the same. Let's take a look now at what happens in Circle. So we're going to need to actually, I've run this locally and I know that it can pass, but let's do a git add dot, a git commit -m. I think we're up to about image 9, and a git push. Now let me hit git push. There we go. And now we need to skip back up here to see what's going on. So it's queued, it's running, and it passed our tests. So that's pretty good. Let's have a look down in here at what happened. So we can see here we ran the test, npm test, and here it is. So npm test launched Mocha on the file test.js, and it should return goodbye earthling, and it did. So it passed the test. So we installed an Express server and tested it, which is pretty slick. Okay, thanks for now.